Ladies and gentlemen, it's another day to teach you how to trade the fundamentals. Now, specifically today, we want to be talking about the Fomc, right? And but before we dive into why we are making this video or why we are here, guys, I want to plead with you to please click on the subscription button and please subscribe to this channel. I want to see this channel get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of this month. So let's pause for 1 minute and wait for you to subscribe to this channel. It's totally free, and make sure you turn on the notification button, guys. So yeah, go ahead and do it. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. All right, now let's go straight to why we're here. Now, the FOMC meeting, right? This is how you trade the FOMC, not just for the US dollar, for any currency, okay? For any currency. So now let's assume we have FOMC meeting coming up today, and two things you need to put in mind. The first thing is, are they going to cut interest rates, or they're not going to cut interest rate, right? So it's very simple. Trading FOMC is very simple. If you are determined, or if you are certain that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rate, then what you need to do is to trade against that particular country's currency, okay? So let's take, for example, the US dollars. If Fed decide to cut interest rates, what you need to do is to trade against the US dollar, which means you are going to buy XAU USD, okay? Because now, as soon as they cut interest rates, they are trying to balance the dollars, right? They are trying to balance inflation. So as soon as they cut interest rate, go ahead and buy XAUSD. Or not as soon as, let's say if the news is 1 p.m, 12:59, 30 seconds to 1 p.m, go ahead and buy XAUSD full margin, because you already certain that they are going to cut interest rates. Now, if you are very sure and certain, based on rumor or based on your data which you have collected, you know that, oh no, Fed are not going to cut interest rate, simple, trade in favor of the US dollar. So when Powell comes on top of the podium or in front of the press and he said, no, good afternoon, we're going to keep interest rate the way it is, price is going to go in favor of the US dollar. So that means XAUSD is going to sell. Why? Because they decide to keep interest rate, which means that the dollar is not under pressure. But when the dollar is under pressure and the dollar value is depreciating, they will definitely cut interest rate. Now, when it comes to trading the FOMC, you have to use your mind, you have to use your psychology to determine. What you need to do is you have to flash back to the last interest rate cut meeting, what he said, which is why it's very important for you to always always watch the news if you cannot read the news, or always read the news if you cannot watch the news, okay? Exactly. So what you need to do is you have to gather your previous data with the speculation in which you are hearing on the news will tell you if Federal Reserve will cut interest rate or not, especially when CPI goes in favor of the US dollar. This tells you that they might likely not cut interest rate. If CPI go in favor of the US dollar, or we end up experiencing a spike up, spike down on a 50-50 level, they will not cut interest rate. But once you have 3 CPI at a stretch goes against the US dollar, you would most likely see an interest rate cut. So it's as simple as that. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. If you don't understand any part of this video, write in the comment section and I'll be right there to answer you to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. CPI next. Ciao.